I thought that the opening scene was really engaging, and it was just about capturing this moment of, it's a private moment of dancing alone, uh, to yourself, and then as soon as somebody notices it, you kind of immediately become a little bit self-conscious. And I could feel the love between these two characters. I could feel their dynamic. I could feel him really just like wanting to hold on to her so tightly, and her having a bit of a wall up, and seeing how that kind of affected them going forward. It felt very authentic. It felt very real. I really enjoyed it. I thought that the cinematography was really well done. I thought the shots chosen were really intentional, and just like a beautiful piece overall.
To Have and to Hold was very much a bittersweet piece. Um, I feel like many, especially if you do long distance, can empathize with that sensation of being with someone, but then having to leave. And it's a very somber moment because while the time you have together is fun, it's just delaying that inevitable departure. Um, and I feel like To Have and to Hold does a very good, very substantial job of conveying that feeling.
Great chemistry between the two, which gave us the full peaks and valleys of love, of intimacy, and the obstacles in their way. It never felt overly precious, but was very active in the filmmaking to capture them in their natural environment. Great soundtrack to open it up as well, and I felt it really captured the mood that permeated the piece.
I really liked how they built this, how they started with obviously you don't know why he's leaving or what the kind of situation is, other than her saying at one point, like, we don't know each other well enough to be in this situation, essentially. And I really liked that they didn't really give much else away until the very, very end. And you obviously got the feeling that neither of them wanted whatever was happening between them to end. So I really liked that they just let you have their moments, their relationship, their closeness, their obviously desire to be with one another, near one another. And then once he's finally in the car is when you get that kind of moment, that the clarity about like the reality of their situation. So I really liked how they kind of set that up and let you have and enjoy like their closeness and their relationship before they gave you the full picture.
Pretty impressive when you can, take just, a couple locations here and just two on-screen people, and we get this depth of experience. This whole story. We know what's going on with these people and where they're going, what they're struggling with, and the sadness of him having to leave, and the question of whether or not there can be a picture. So, great job with that. It was nicely written, and the actors really did a great job. It was really, really well done. They just, you had the sense of history with them, and just being in the moment. And they did a great job. It was wonderfully directed and edited. Good score.
Takes its time. We get the idea here, the relationship, and just the way everything was framed and shot and edited really points to a director and filmmakers with a strong sensibility for their craft. It says so much without saying too much, and just really draws me in as a viewer and gets me immediately invested in these two. I thought it was really great.
I love the intimate camera work, and the warm lighting and the cozy apartment works really well for the story. I enjoyed the performances of the leads too, exposing their insecurities, and the gentle soundtrack is perfect as well. The message for me is that some relationships can be messy and unresolved.
I really enjoyed the visuals and the aesthetic. The cinematography was really great. Beautiful lighting and just the shots in general. I did find myself very confused about the two characters' relationship to each other. And I was very curious about the backstory there.